Hey, so you may not have heard, or you may have been here. I don't know. I'm doing all sorts of stuff on Facebook Live right now, and I've started something I'm calling the Blue Curtain Concert Series, because, Blue Curtain. Anyway, I decided to see if I could break out ye old flute, and had to sort of figure out a way of playing it because the little strap that used to be there has disintegrated. So it's flute with bungee cord because why not? Anyway, so what I'm trying to figure out is whether or not you can hear it, and I'm trying to see if you can hear the little drum accompaniment that comes with it. If you can, that'd be great. Let me know. First of all, let me know if you can hear this. If you can hear it, hello, I don't know who you are, but hello back. So let me know. And also let me know if you can hear this. I'm just going to play it and see how we go. Here we go. Could you hear it? Was it there? I can't. Oh, yay. Okay, good. Layla says you can hear it. Hi, little bro. Yay, good evening. Hi, everybody. So cool. And somebody says, I like the blue curtain. Thank you. Is that you, Layla? Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I love the blue curtain. Yeah, I'm doing all sorts of stuff to my little office to make it more music and creativity friendly. So I can, well, at some point I'll show you my still in process voiceover booth, but it is making it happen. Oh, Surasu, thank you. I appreciate it. So lovely. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, oh, that fits perfectly with where you are now. The blue curtain or the music? Yeah. Did you really? That's really cool. I had no idea that you were traveling. Wow. Very cool. I'll have to look and see where that is. So, yeah, look for the Blue Curtain Concert Series coming at you. I'm just going to be popping up doing things. This is one of my favorite little things, and it is now bungee corded because the strap disintegrated, and I haven't played this for a while. It's been like a year, but it's got a lovely tone. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I have to remember the name of the guy who made it. I don't remember. Anyway, I will look up that monument and let you know. So let me ask you a question. If you're watching and you heard the flute, were you able to also hear? Hi, Leslie. Oh, yay! And somebody said it sounds wonderful. Thank you. I'm so glad. Were you able to hear the drum coming? This what I did is I sort of pre-recorded a little drum track and a little bit extra music and things. so that, because Native American flute is a wonderful instrument and it's gorgeous, but I always feel like I'm a little bit not enough when I'm just playing it by myself. So I'm wondering if the drums worked and if you could hear them. So I would love to know. Anyway, so that's it. Somebody's asking about them. Let's see. Where is that? I don't know what the question is. Something about where's the music from. But unfortunately, the phone does not. Let's see if I can lift the phone up. What tradition is the flute and music from? The flute is from Arizona, and I believe it's Kiowa. And it's... I have to look up the name of the guy who made it. It's something like Twin Eagle Flutes or something like that. And you could hear the music quietly in the background. That's good, because I don't know. I might try to make it a little louder. The drum was in the background but could be heard. Good. Thank you, little brother. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I don't want it to be overpowering, because the flute is sort of the prettiest thing going on. But something like a heartbeat drum or something, if I'm probably going to be doing more sort of meditation. And as far as the music, where that's from, that's my own composition, Layla. I created that. In part, it goes to a song I wrote many moons ago that's on my first CD called Gaia Speaks, and the flute part is in the song that I wrote. So the flute part is there, and in the middle of the verses, in between the verses. So that was it. So the tradition is Isolde sort of thinking about the earth. And if you hear Gaia Speaks, it's all about different places I've been and different natural wonders I have been lucky enough to behold. And it's like being in the desert in the evening and hearing coyotes, or being at one of the tallest waterfalls in the world, or well, if you listen to the song, you can hear the lyrics. It's all about different kinds of stuff, and you think it worked well. Good, cool. I will be back tonight at 7:30. I'm getting close to finishing Pride and Prejudice, so that's cool. And so that's going to be super fun. But I'm going to do more flute and more recorder. And if the stuff works well, if the drums aren't overpowering or the accompaniment isn't overpowering, I might try to do more of that when I play recorder, or even when I play guitar, because I sort of accompany myself, so that I can do more harmonies, more stuff instead of just me. So anyway, I'll be back. Blue Curtain concert series, at least something every day. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Oh, Layla, that's very sweet. Yeah, I've composed soundtracks to 30 some odd NASA movies, and of course other movies also. And then for my own music, I compose a lot of stuff. And this is, writing melodies. I constantly have melodies in my head, so I'm very, sometimes I'm trying to catch up, and go, this melody's in my head. I have to have it in my head. So when I'm playing this, that melody is, pentatonic scales are really pretty easy to write melodies to, because there are just not that many notes to choose from. But you don't have to play it this way. You can start here. So you can have lots of different ways of playing in this pentatonic scale. That was a much faster thing than I would normally play. But anywhere you start, you end up creating melodies are super easy in that way, for people who hear melodies in the pentatonic. I can't believe I can't remember his name. The Don't Worry Be Happy guy, who is one of my heroes, and all of a sudden his name is escaping me. Bobby McFerrin. He did this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing at the World Science. Thank you, honey. Yes, Rich just yelled, Bobby McFerrin. Bobby McFerrin did this wonderful thing. There was a World Science Fair, and he came in and talked about the pentatonic scale and how our brains naturally hear in it. And so he did this wonderful thing, and I'm going to have to put this link up because it was incredible. He stood up And he started sort of jumping from place to place on the floor, and he went bum, bum, and the audience went bum, and then he went bum, bum, and the audience went bum, and then he went bum, 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 and the audience went with him, and then he went bum, 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 and he was just jumping into different places, and the audience went with him, and then he created this melody in the pentatonic scale that he said was universal, and the audience, he stopped making the sound, and the audience just made the sound when he went into different places past where he'd gone. So it was incredible, and it's pretty amazing. If you have a pentatonic instrument, it's pretty incredible the things you can do, even if you don't have a lot of experience playing music. It's one of the reasons this thing, because it's like the hammered dulcimer in that way. It sounds really pretty cool, and I'm not the world's greatest player by any stretch. I know many people who are better at this than I am. But I love playing it because there's something so incredibly peaceful when you're here and you're just think about the sound of a bird chirping first thing in the morning. Doesn't that sound like birdsong? Or it could be like birdsong. Or this sounds a lot more like waves to me. It sounds more watery, if you will. So there's a lot of different there are a lot of different ways you can play this very amazing instrument. Layla says, I wonder if my ocarina is pentatonic. I believe most ocarinas are pentatonic. It's one of the scales that is universal. You can find the pentatonic scale in most traditions, and certainly in Asia. If I were to play this, it'll be interesting to see if I can make it sound a little bit more Asian. But listen to this. So that sounds, the way I played it just sounds a little bit more Asian. And you can modify it. There's Romani music that's also in the pentatonic scale. All over the world, this scale is everywhere. And it's not like music from India that's it's got quarter tones or whatever. It's very sort of, in some ways, regimented. But you can make music and melody with it that sounds really incredible without doing a lot of investment in, I'm going to learn how to play the sitar, which, whoa, that instrument boggles my brain. Or even the guitar, it's so much more challenging to play the guitar than it is to play the flute in this way. And the violin and I know, I'm sort of talking about instruments I know because those are the ones I know. The violin is, it's a chromatic instrument, so you have to kind of know where to place your fingers, unless you want to sound like you're, hurting something, because you can be off pitch pretty easily. And in fact, when people are learning how to play the violin, often teachers will put little tape across the fingerboard so that you know where to put your fingers until you learn pitch well enough. And if you look at this, what's really cool about this violin, I have my 5-string, and I have no idea if it's in tune because I have not played it yet today. But that's what's really neat about this instrument. Most violins are 4-string, but this, ooh, my goodness, yes, this is way out of tune. Hold on. And it goes down to C. So if I were going to play this, so let's see if I can play this in pentatonic. 5 notes, that's what pentatonic is. That's a pentatonic scale. Oh, Layla, you should try and play. The ocarina is a lovely instrument. Now, listen to this. Let's see if I'm anywhere near the tune. Here's the A on the violin in pentatonic. It's 5-string, so it's a little weird for me. I don't know where to put my fingers. Right? So this should be echoed pretty easily, unless it's totally off pitch, but you'll hear it. So it's the same melody played here. Oop. Ah. Same exact melody if I play it on the violin or if I play it on here. So that could begin a whole other composition, you know? Can you imagine like a violin part and a flute part, but they're both in that pentatonic scale, so it becomes pretty easy to play. I could even add guitar if I added the right chords underneath it. So there's a lot of different stuff you can do with a pentatonic scale, regardless of the instrument you're playing. This happens to be in a pentatonic scale. That's, if you notice, there are 5 holes, and it's in a pentatonic scale, which means that if I just go straight up, I'll be playing in that scale automatically. Whereas the violin, because you can be playing, right? I can be playing anywhere in that chromatic scale because I don't have to play here. I can play anywhere. Whereas the flute, it's a lot harder to play. You can, there are different fingerings that you can use, but it's a lot harder to play notes that are not set up for this pentatonic scale. You can do other things like sounds kind of bluesy, right? So let's see if I can do it. So you have that sound and you can do it, but it feels a little weird to me because it's such a pentatonic instrument, and I feel weird, although I like that sound. I might have to come up with something. So if you're doing this kind of music that lends itself so well to being played on different instruments, and it's this pentatonic scale, there are a lot of different things you could do. And I think that I encourage everybody, grab a recorder. If you have a recorder, I have many recorders. I do these workshops where I go into companies and I bring just a ton of different little recorders, and I teach everybody how to play a song on a recorder as part of sort of team building exercises. And you should see people go to town. They start out terrified, but then when they realize that it's actually pretty simple and there are just a few techniques in order to get you going on this, it excites them, because a lot of people are afraid of making music, and I think music is our birthright. So as much as possible, I want everybody to make music, right? And I see some musicians here. Look, Mr. Peter Larson, who's an amazing singer, is watching, and that's really cool. Anyway, I started this whole thing by coming on and seeing about this pentatonic scale, this flute, and seeing if it worked. And all of a sudden became this huge thing about pentatonic scales in music. I will post the Bobby McFerrin link because it's so cool. Gail says, I didn't know you played Native American flute. Very cool. Yes, I do. I actually had a 6-hole flute a long time ago, and I sold it because I wasn't playing it. There's something very pure to me, Gail, about the pentatonic scale and playing it in that way. I love it. I love the opportunity to it's not a constraint, but it's a focus. I get to focus on this pentatonic scale and see where it takes me. There is something, I think, universal about it that makes me feel really good when I make music in the pentatonic scale. I do the same thing with the recorder sometimes. I'll grab the recorder and I'll do it, and it's really interesting to see how the melody sort of winds around if you're in pentatonic. Anyway, so yes, I know. I love diatonic flutes, and I love the music you can make that way. But I'm gonna be honest. I sing and I play violin, so I've got the chromatic stuff going on, right? I've got that. As far as being able to do it, and recorder's chromatic too, so I can do it. I just I really like this idea of focusing in on a certain scale and seeing where it takes me, because the chromatic scale is lovely and I love it. Quarter tones, I'm still that's why I don't play the sitar, right? But playing sort of the Western scales, I feel pretty good about the violin, the voice, and the recorder and the guitar. But the Native American flute gives me something a little bit more interesting to lock in on. Anyway, this became a much longer discussion about music than I thought it was going to be. I hope that you had fun, and thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for giving me your opinions on whether or not you could hear the drumming in addition to the flute. This is the Blue Curtain concert series, because, Blue Curtain, and I will be back soon doing more music. I love you all. Bye.